After a disappointing end in Bahrain where Luke Browning has a crash right at the end while trying to fight Ollie Behrman, we go into Jeddah for round number 5 of the F1 season for Konnersport. Still no new upgrades. They've only had 2 upgrades to the car so far. It's taking a long time for this team after they've had all of their facilities taken away from them with the pullout of Butler Global. Going into Jeddah, they're hoping that maybe they can finally get some points and repeat the success they had in China, as well as keep the form from Australia as well. After 2 disappointing rounds, they're really looking to try and make a comeback. Hello everybody and welcome to F1 26, my team career mode for round number 5 here in Saudi Arabia. We start with this crash in qualifying. Isaac Hadjar has crashed into Lance Stroll and he is out of qualifying. I'm not sure whose fault that is, but someone's going to have to take the blame, and it means he's going to start from the back of the grid. And as we go on to start our qualifying lap then, it ensures we're not going to finish last year in qualifying. We're at least guaranteed to beat someone, although that someone has crashed into Lance Stroll, who was driving a bit like a dingus, to be honest, coming off the track to going back on the track really dangerously. And you have to feel for Hadjar because his weekend is, it's already going to be a lot more complicated, and he'll have to do well to get points for P24 at the back of the grid. He's already struggled a lot this season so far, and that will not help him one bit. Here we are though, in qualifying for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, going around on our first lap. Bahrain was a bit of a catastrophe. It went well, kind of. We were still really slow in a straight line, and then right at the end of the race I crashed into the back of Behrman and I lost my front wing, and I think I ended up 17th in the end. So not the best display, was it really? But here in Jeddah, a track I really like and I really go strong at, so maybe we might be able to get a good result out of it. Time will tell though. But after the first runs are completed, we find ourselves in P18, driving as Fornaroli this weekend, with a real possibility of getting ourselves out of Q2. Although every single time we've got ourselves out of Q2, we've had a horrendous, mediocre race performance, with that being Bahrain and Japan. So maybe we don't want to get out of Q2. Maybe we should get ourselves eliminated. We might have a better race. Problem with Saudi Arabia is it's a lot of fast corners. There's not a lot of big braking zones, and as a result there's not a lot of places to charge your battery. Now this isn't necessarily a massive problem in qualifying, but when race day comes, as it will do tomorrow, it will become a bit of a problem. We're now moved ourselves up to 17th, so we've jumped someone even though we've not done a lap as we go down towards turn number 1 to get started. Already 4 tenths down because we're saving the battery for the end of the lap. We are actually now 7 tenths down, 9 tenths down. This lap is not going very well at all, and it's because we're in medium mode. We're not even in hot lap, so I might have fucked this up completely. We're getting it back though, 3 tenths, 2 tenths, maybe knock it down to 1 tenth, so maybe we might get a small improvement as we go into the final corner, and we just need a good exit, line it up perfectly. We're still in the green, 2 tenths up to the line. We're going to run out of battery there, and that might cost us a little bit. It's 3 tenths, about 3.5 tenths improvement, 3 tenths improvement, and we are P15 and into Q2 for the 3rd race in a row. And it's a very good lap, but I mean, it could have probably been better if I wasn't sat in medium. But obviously the big shock will be Isaac Hadjar, who is out of Q number 1 after crashing, and Lance Stroll quite rightly gets a 5-place grid penalty. Rather interestingly as well, Valtteri Bottas didn't set a lap time, but that doesn't make sense because he was definitely on the leaderboard. But whatever, maybe his lap got deleted, who knows. But Bottas, well no, it'd be Stroll that starts from the back from Bottas and Hadjar. Here we are then in Q number 2, at the end of Q number 2. We did a banker lap and we're 15th, so we're not last, which is something because we're on worn tyres as well as we head down towards turn 1. Nail the braking zone there, get it nicely turned in and roll it through the apex, out accelerate, brilliantly done, nothing wrong with that. A very tidy first few corners into the first sector, then swap it into medium. I think this is the best way to try and keep some charge in the battery as we roll through the corners. Now obviously we might lose some time, but with the nicer tyres, the softer tyres and the not as worn tyres, we do actually gain a tenth through there, but we're not going to continue that down the straight, and there comes down that second. But we're playing the long game here. We ran out of battery massively on that last run, so we need to watch ourselves and how we use it. Here we go then, one straight and the final corner to go then. We are 4 tenths up, improvements in both sectors. This lap is looking good, 5 tenths up now. We're going to use boost all the way down to the final corner to up that up a bit more. We're about 6 tenths up now. Through the final corner we go, and as long as we nail that and get a good exit, which we've done, we're 8 tenths up, nearly 9 tenths up now. This is going to be a brilliant lap. Is it enough to get ourselves into queue number 3? No, it's not. It's P14. But a very good lap at that. I'm very happy with that one. I think we just about nailed the battery usage. And the big shock of that session is Carlos Sainz tops it, and Albon's 9th. Bortoleto got out as well, and Sergio Perez wasn't too far away from getting out either. But we are 14th ahead of Behrman, Colapinto and Alonso. I'm pretty happy with that one. Into the race. Hopefully this time we don't go backwards.
Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, George Russell and Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Albon and Gabriel Bortoleto, Perez, Ocon, Pierre Gasly and Fornaroli, Behrman, Colapinto, Fernando Alonso and Nico Hulkenberg, Browning, Lindblad, Hadjar, Bottas, Lawson and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Here we are then, lining up before the race, and we have a very difficult decision here. The tyre wear is so high. Honestly, a 2-stop looks quite appealing, but I think the softs would kind of just fall away immediately. I don't know. I think we're going to have to be bold here. I think we're going to have to go for a 1-stop. The tyre wear is going to be bad. It's going to be like 70% before we make pit stops both times in both stints. So, you know, you're getting close to puncture range then. Maybe a few safety cars can help us out. Maybe. Oh my god, Alpine just loves starting on softs. They've done it so often this season. It's Pierre Gasly this time who is starting on the soft tyre, and he is on a 2-stop then, quite clearly. But this race, it's going to be tyre wear. Look after the tyres, look after the tyres, look after the tyres, or else you're not going to win, are you? It's so important to look after these tyres here. Around a track with so many corners as well, it's going to be quite the management race. It's going to be very intense as well. A few safety cars, a red flag here and there might help us out. We only have the medium, the hard and 2 pairs of softs, so we really don't have a lot of tyres available to us. Coming round, Perez in 11th. That is a stunning performance, to be fair, and whether he can maybe get some points we'll find out as we come up to the grid then. Here we go to 5 lights for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and it is lights out and away we go. It's not been a good start from Ocon or Bortoleto or Perez really, but it's been a great start from Pierre Gasly as we go down towards turn 1. We're on the outside of Bortoleto. Now that becomes the inside through turn number 2. Now we just need a good exit, which we not really done actually. Bortoleto fighting it. We're going to try and jostle him out of the way. Gasly's braking early through there as he goes side by side with Sergio Perez through the swings of the first sector, the high speed corners of the first sector. Gasly can't quite get Perez as we come through. We're up into P number 12. A very good start to this Grand Prix with Gasly in front of us, and he's going to look at Perez maybe with the soft tyres. He needs to make moves early on with those soft tyres of his, and if he can't, well then he's going to be in for a very long race. End of lap 1, and look at Pierre Gasly. He's looking for blood here. He's looking at Perez. He's looking to try and make a move into the final corner. He's going for the inside. He's used some boost, and he's got that move done. Pierre Gasly up into P number 10. He's going to be a very interesting one to watch throughout this race as he is on the soft tyres, and he's going to be making moves. And Perez actually is coming straight back at him as they go down towards turn number 1, and Gasly doesn't have a fight for that, and he just lets him go through. A swap and change of position. Lando Norris down in P9. He's not had a very good qualifying, I don't believe, and look where he's found himself in. Down here, although actually he's just had a look at a move which didn't quite work for him. Now we are suffering from some ICE wear, which means our car's going to be quite slower in a straight line, which is just brilliant at power track, which is my fault. I should have swapped and changed it, but unlike in Bahrain, I didn't want to take the grid penalties for it. Ocon is making big moves. He's gaining on us. And I think very shortly we're going to have him trying to make a move on us as well. And I would not be surprised if he tries it on this straight. Although I think, oh no, he's coming for us. He is coming for us. And Gasly has a little look at Perez as well. Ocon not quite close enough to us yet. But as we come through here, now he might be. But we've got a lot of battery. And we're going to use some boost. And we've turned defence into attack here on Pierre Gasly. And we're having a look at Sergio Perez as well. We're going to go around the outside of both of them. We've got a warning for colliding with Gasly. A bit of wheel banging into the final corner we go on the outside, and Sergio Perez still trying to fight it on our inside, but now we've lost the overtake mode and we're going to have to fight Sergio Perez all the way down this straight down towards turn number 1 using all the battery. That probably wasn't the smartest decision as we go on the brakes in towards turn number 1, and we just about hold on, and we have P number 10 then in this Grand Prix, but we have very little battery and Sergio Perez is already having a little look. He had a look at the outside but thinks better of it. Lando Norris has got Max Verstappen up ahead. That's going to be interesting for his race as well, as he's got quite the recovery drive to make. Now we've got a whole train of angry cars trying to get past us here. Gasly, Perez, Ocon, and I think there's another one joining the back. Colapinto's there, and Hadjar already up into P15. It's a brilliant start there for Isaac Hadjar, considering where he was at the start of the race. But Gasly has gone past us, and now we're going to have the overtake mode for the following straight, but we've got to defend from Perez as he's trying to go round our outside as we go down towards the final corner. Oh, and Gasly's just going to try and wave him through the final corner we go. They're neck and neck, and Gasly holds on, and Perez is loose out to us as well as we go down towards turn number 1. Oh my, come on, boost, and we've run out of energy, and now we are in trouble. Perez gets past us, although a dive bomb into turn number 1 changes that as well. We're not going to leave any room there on the inside, and we are through and back up into P number 11 then. Maybe we've used our boost too quickly here, because here comes Sergio Perez. He's having a look at the inside. Surely he's not going to make that. No, he backs out of it, and he's scared us wide, and that is our first warning for exceeding track limits then. Still behind Gasly on lap number 4. I think Norris and Verstappen is scrapping with a Williams. Oh my god, there's all sorts of carnage behind us as we go towards the final corner. Still P11. We're holding on, trying to recharge the battery, admittedly quite slowly, and now we're going to have to use some more boost as well as Colapinto's trying to get behind us, and Sergio Perez, he just seems to have boost for days there. Sergio Perez does, as again he's going for Colapinto, just using it all the time down the straight, always seems to have so much of it. But we are now right now behind Gasly, and finally it looks like we might be able to start fighting a bit with the battery. Oh, Gasly, I think it's starting to feel the tyre wear a little bit. So much understeer mid-corner as well from the dirty air as we slam ourselves into the wall, and Colapinto now thinks he can have a little look at us, and to be fair, he's going to try, but he's just not going to be close enough. Gasly running away, using boost to try and avoid the fight, but I think he's coming into the pits at the end of this lap anyway, so let's face it, it doesn't really matter. Still P11, and Colapinto now is under pressure from Isaac Hadjar as they come towards the final corner. Pierre Gasly is absolutely ran up the road. I think that's because he's coming into the box, and if so, well, he's going to use all the boost he can, and yes he is. Pierre Gasly going into the pit lane then for his first stop of this Grand Prix on the softs, and we're under pressure here from Hadjar and Colapinto, and we've been swamped from both directions as we head towards turn number 1, and Colapinto is trying to fight Hadjar here for this P10, and Hadjar, I think, does he have a good exit? Yes he does, and I think, oh no, Colapinto comes back at him as they go down towards the start of the snaking sector 1 section, and Colapinto is still trying to fight this P10, and Hadjar now at the inside. I think they might have made contact there. Hadjar's going to lose time. Oh, Colapinto's brake checked us, and Hadjar around the outside as someone made that work, but it's brought Perez and Ocon back into this, and those are two people I didn't want to come see this fight, because Sergio Perez, his ability with the ERS is unbelievable, and this is why we need him in our team. And Hadjar having another look at Colapinto, and Colapinto's not even going to fight that as he lets Hadjar through. We've got to look after Perez though as he nearly makes a move. That Cadillac's ability to look after its battery and have high levels of battery is unbelievable. And Colapinto now, is he going to come back at Hadjar? You bet he is, as they go down towards turn number 1. It's going to be a switch back and forth kind of race. We coast off, still having to look after Perez and make sure he doesn't think of making a lunge. But right now it's a 5-way scrap if you include Gasly for P number 10 in this race. Maybe it's our turn to come have a look at Hadjar. We've got Brilliant X out of there. We've got him. We're moved up into P number 11 then in this Grand Prix, overtaking a Red Bull, and now we've got to recharge the battery as we come through here onto the final straight before the final corner, and we've got to be careful that Hadjar doesn't try and reply to us, but we've got the battery, so we should be able to use it. And yes, we're going to hold on to our P11 for now. We need to work on trying to get past Colapinto though. Through the final corner we go, switch it up into hot laps, see if we can get a good exit out of here. Oh, there's a lot of sliding, a lot of movement, and it's Colapinto's coming into the pit lane, and so is Sergio Perez. What is going on? It's early pit stops there for Colapinto and Sergio Perez. I don't know why they've made that decision, but they have, and they're into the box then on what is only lap number 8, the end of lap number 8, as they go on to lap number 9, and now we've got Isaac Hadjar to deal with, who's going to waste absolutely no time trying to come at us, but he's just a bit too far back. Ocon, by the way, so slow. He's 3 seconds off, but we have such a big gap to the cars behind, or he does anyway, that even if he was able to catch up to us, we'd still kind of be just chilling around on our own. As we come through though, right now we need to focus on Isaac Hadjar and the fact that he hoses as we come down here. He's going to overtake us, and I'm not going to fight it too much. I'm going to play the long game. I'm going to let him through a little bit actually, and as we come through now, we're going to have the overtake mode as well, because we're going to be behind into the final corner probably, unless he really has no energy down here, but he looks like he does have sufficient energy enough to keep us at bay. Here we go then, as we come to the end of lap number 12, and we're coming into the pit lane. We were able to stick with Hadjar, but never really get anywhere close enough to be able to fight him, and we were taking time out of Max Verstappen as well, as we come into the pit lane then for the first and only stop of this Grand Prix, which I think a lot of teams here are doing 2 stops, especially the people who are boxed already. It'd be interesting to see where we come out compared to the guys we were with before. So your Gaslys, your Perez, your Ocons. Colapinto is already closing in, and Colapinto has already gone past us, so we've lost a lot of time to him. It's all about time management though from now on. It's about looking after what we've got and just trying to stay as consistent as possible. And here is Ocon actually, and he's stuck a bit behind our teammate Luke Browning. So Browning doing an absolute solid for the team. Ocon has just got past him though, but yeah, Browning doing a solid for the team. And we're going to get past Browning now, and he's not going to put up much of a fight. He doesn't have the tyres to put up a fight to us. And Ocon is up next then, and he's trying to get past his teammate. It looks like he's struggled with traffic a lot on this 2-stop of his, and we're already within a second of him. So realistically, he's not going to have much of a chance. He's also going to have Hadjar at some point trying to overtake him as well, as Hadjar's got to come back through the pack. I think Behrman and the Audi in front of him are both on 1 stops, but we're just going to sit behind now, take our time, buying our time, make the moves as they come to us. And Ocon he's going for his teammate here. On the inside he goes, and he's just slowing him up, and he's not been able to make the move work either, so that invites us into the fray. And they're still side by side, the 2 Hasses, and Hulkenberg in front as well, maybe going to get in the way of them, and they're both using boost, they're both going for it, and Ocon is trying to make a move, and Hulkenberg's kind of blocked him off, and Behrman is going to go all the way around the outside. And would you look at that, we've just touched the back of Ocon's car. We're right with him already, and now he's trying to make a move on Nico Hulkenberg as they go down towards turn number 1, and he's not going to be close enough. Hadjar is into the box, and oh my god, Ocon's so slow into turn number 1, and that's allowed us to go around the outside actually and pick him off as we move ourselves up into P16. Unbelievable. We've already got past one of the guys we were with before. Hulkenberg doing a lot of coasting into there, and we've picked up yet more front wing damage. And Perez is only 3 seconds up the road here. I don't think this 2-stop has worked for these teams very well at all. Because think about it, it's going to be like 20 seconds behind us. Unless a safety car comes in and saves them, it's not looking very promising at all. We've got Behrman in front of us now. This is for P14 in the Grand Prix. I don't think Behrman's pit yet, but it doesn't really matter. And with some overtake and some boost mode, he's not going to be much of a fight. And we're just going to swing around him. And Perez is 2 seconds up the road. Now, this strategy really hasn't worked for these teams at all. Perez making a move, and Bortoletto's yet to pit, and that is the next cork in the bottle for these two stoppers. Not that it really matters anymore, because all the one stoppers like myself have caught up, and Colapinto, such a bad exit out of there, and now we're going to try and make a move around the outside. He backs out, or does he? Oh no, there's contact. I've squeezed him into the wall. Luckily, it doesn't look like he's got any damage. Now we need to try and make a move, and Bortoletto can't let Perez get too far up the road, and we're going for it using a lot of boost to commit to this move, and now we're going to have the inside. We have to be bold on the brakes. He brakes really early, and that moves us up into P number 12 and P11. Sergio Perez just in front of us, and it's gone so wrong for them. Gasly might be the only one who makes it work. He's ahead of Verstappen. He's about 5 seconds up the road, but still, it's not really gone very well for these two stoppers, has it? Perez is going so slowly here. We've nearly just gone straight to the back of him. It's supposed to be flat out. He's not got a lot of pace at all, does Sergio Perez now. And Hajar's caught up already. He's probably going to rob me of my P10 yet again. Although with Gasly box, there's a chance here. There is a chance that Fornaroli gets his first points of the season. First of all, we need to deal with Perez, and that wasn't even difficult, although I think he's just gone and hit the wall, which probably would have been ill-advised if I were you, Sergio. But we've got him up into P number 10, into the points. Antonelli is with Gasly, so that's how far we've got until we get to Pierre Gasly. He's a while up the road. And here comes Perez, and here comes Hajar. We're going to get swamped. Hajar all the way around the outside. Oh, and he locks up into the final corner. That gives us a chance to pull up alongside. But luckily, we've been able to get overtake off him because he made such a massive ERS dump. And Sergio Perez is into the pit lane, and so is Alex Albon. Maybe that wasn't Sergio Gasly then. I have no idea where Gasly's gone. And that is... Hajar looking around the outside of turn 1. Luckily, he doesn't have the legs for it. You know what as well? Verstappen isn't going very fast. We might be able to catch Max Verstappen, both me and Hajar. He wasn't very fast at the end of the last stint, and he's not very fast in this stint either, so maybe there's a chance here to get more points. We are scrapping with the Red Bulls here. Carlos Sainz is absolutely rapid on these hards here, and he's going to put some pressure on us soon, and we're going to have to make a defensive move. But luckily, I think I'm just going to wave him through and then use him to pull me along to Max Verstappen. So there goes Carlos Sainz, not really going to put up much of a fight, let him go through, and then we're going to use him to help us to Max. Oh, and Carlos Sainz is going for it around the outside of Max Verstappen, and he's got that, and Verstappen checks up into us, and Verstappen down into P8, Carlos Sainz up into P7. And Verstappen has been dropped by Carlos Sainz here. I don't know what's going on with the Red Bulls. And Hajar's falling away as well. Gasly has moved himself back up into P11. But I think it's too little, too late. He might be able to get P10 off Hajar before the end of this race. But now we focus our sights on Max Verstappen to try and demote the Red Bull driver down another position into P number 9. And this will probably be our battle for the rest of the race. Can we get Max Verstappen? That is the question before the end of this Grand Prix. Here we go then as we go into lap number 23, and we are going to make a move here on Verstappen as we go down towards turn 1. He defends it a little bit. We're going to go for the outside as we head down towards turn 1, side by side with the Dutchman, and we're going to cut him off on the inside, and we're going to move ourselves up into P number 8. The second question is though, can we keep the position? And the answer is yes, we can keep Max at bay, and I think it's going to be George Russell who goes over the line to win the Grand Prix. Yes, it is. What a drive from him. Another person who is not Lando Norris, which is a great result. We are just about going to hang on to Max Verstappen as we round the final corner. What a drive that is. The tyres are at 71%, but what a drive, and what a P8 that is.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So there we go, George Russell wins the race from P5 on the grid there. Lewis Hamilton in P number 2, and Lando Norris completes the top 3 English podium. And Oscar Piastri from pole, he's 4th. He got beat by his teammate. I mean, Lando Norris, I think he's looking a bit inevitable, isn't he, in this season? He's still got a podium despite a poor qualifying. We finished P8, Verstappen in 9th. Driver of the day goes to Isaac Hadjar, although I would argue that should probably go to Lando Norris. And then in the end, Gasly didn't even finish 11th. He got beat by Albon on the final lap, although he did nearly get to Hadjar as well. Luke Browning beats Stroll yet again, so Stroll is just literally the worst driver on this grid, as it turns out. Drivers' standings. Lando Norris extends the lead to 17 points over Charles Leclerc and 36 over Lewis Hamilton. George Russell's win puts him 49 points within reach, but really that's far too far away. And Fornaroli moves up into P12 in the standings with his 4 points today. McLaren's lead in the constructors, I think, has shrunk. I don't remember it being 16 points. I think it was 19 last time out in Bahrain. So McLaren have lost some points to Ferrari, and Mercedes are gaining as well on the pair of them with George Russell's win today. A few more performances like that, and maybe it becomes a three-way fight. Red Bull so weak today. They got literally 3 points. Fornaroli got more points than the entire Red Bull combined, and we're closing in on Williams as well for a battle for 5th place, which would be best of the rest. And I think we've just overtaken Alpine as well with those 4 points we've earned today. And yeah, what a race that was. I did enjoy that one much better compared to the two we've had in Japan and Bahrain, and a much deserved points as well, and finally some good form. Get back on the board. So I thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye.